Do you impose different demands on different schools depending on which communities they belong?
I don't believe so.
Because old no, just looking at the reasons that you put that into special measures, because governments do not meet the statutory responsibility to safeguard pupils because they've not taken steps to protect them from the risks of radicalisation and extremism. Point one. And point three is behaviour and safety are inadequate because pupils and staff are not equipped well enough to deal with the risk of extreme or intolerant views. I don't know how many school governing bodies around the country, most schools, if you said to them, have you really taken effective steps to protect your pupils from radicalisation and extremism? They look at you pretty blankly and they say, no, I'm just trying to help them have a good day, learn a lot and enjoy themselves, and have you really equipped them well enough to deal with the risk of extreme or intolerant views? I think likewise, most schools in this country would look at you blankly and think, well, apart from trying to create a tolerant atmosphere and a good educational environment, no, not really. And yet, here's a school that gets shoved from one top category into the bottom category because apparently they're not doing what most schools across most of the country, I would suggest, wouldn't claim that they did.
Well, if you talk to most head teachers, as I do regularly, they would say, what sort of community do I run? I run a very tolerant community, where children are taught tolerance to each other and to other. Is that
exactly the same as this? It's one of the worries here is that you send your inspectors on special training to look out for a certain thing. You send them in a newspaper, partly triggered investigation with investigations coming out of everyone's ears to go and take on this alarming issue. It's quite hard for people to stay objective and for the people on the receiving end not to feel they're being picked on and have standards and expectations asked of them that aren't asked of anyone else. Well, how do we square that and make sure that we're doing something that's fair and reasonable and isn't, as I say, isn't triggered by a moral panic?